like to pipe onto a sill pat when I work with macaroons. I'm using an 804 or a medium-sized open tip. I fill my bag about the third of the way full, and hovering a quarter of an inch above the sheet tray, I'm going to pipe out mounds that are about the size of, what, Susan B. Anthony dollar. I'm not piping them very high because these will souffle with the meringue that's in here. And ultimately, these will be sandwiched together with that lavender honey ganache. When I'm finished piping my paste, I like to tap this a few times. It helps the paste relax a little bit. And they're pretty as they are, but you might elect to put a garnish on there. I'm going to put some lavender blossoms on the top of here. I could strategically apply just 3, make it look very organized and pretty. Or if I'm in production, I might just want to randomly sprinkle them over the top, which I really like this aesthetic. I usually keep one side ungarnished so that the lavender aroma does not become too overwhelming. I'm going to bake these now. It's important that I'm baking them in a fairly cool oven. So if I'm baking them in a deck oven, I'll bake them at 310 for about 12 minutes or so. In a conventional oven, I downgrade that 25 degrees and bake it about a minute shorter. 11 minutes usually suffices. I want to retain the color that I have in here and the softness. My ganache is well crystallized. I'm going to put it into a piping bag fitted with a medium-sized plain tip tube. Even though I did equal quantities of cream and chocolate, it's still got a nice firmness to it and a little bit of chew thanks to the honey that I have in here. I don't want to overfill my bag or it makes it unnecessarily difficult for me to pipe. My macaroon shells are nicely cooled. I always want to remove the sill pat from the shell rather than the other way around. Otherwise, I'll leave the base on here. Once I have the shell, I like to make a little indentation in there so I can get a little more filling in there. And it's important that I have these sized so that the top and the bottom perfectly align with one another. In filling the shell, I'm going to pipe a generous amount of ganache and then simply, but gently, sandwich them together so that I have a slight reveal on the sides. I hope you enjoyed this recipe on making a lavender honey macaroon. To locate specialty honeys, you can consult the website www.honeylocator.com, and for the full recipe, you can download it at www.bakingwithhoney.com.